linda, no me hagas llorar. Oye, negra linda, no me hagas llorar. Ay, cualquiera se muere de tanto esperar. Cualquiera se muere. Yo tenía una nena, llama Ramonita. Yo tenía una nena, llama Ramonita.
Quiero ver.
Ay, yo la quería.
Tu
porque
cara.
Era bonita.
Quiero
Yo
ver
la
tu
quería,
cara.
Porque era bonita, ya verdad.
Tras.
Oye, negra linda,
There you go.
no me hagas llorar. Oye, negra linda, no me hagas llorar. Cualquiera se muere de tanto esperar. De tanto esperar. Cualquiera se muere, ya verdad.
What do you think would happen if B3 never took on this project?
Well, I just learned when we got down here that actually the Peace Corps only funds the volunteers and not a single dime of the project. So I think without the help of B3, the project may not have been completed within the 2-year timeline. And it's just really great that all these kids are giving their spring break to help the project go faster and the community get their water sooner.
Without B3, that building would not be possible.
I think the most challenging part of B3 would have to be just like, well, actually, like the physical labor is hard, but besides that, it's just like walking away from the project and still seeing like poverty and stuff, and like there's so many things that need to be done, and just like having to walk away from the project is really hard.
Well, today's the last day of work and it's kind of sad, but we got so far, like twice as far as we thought we've gotten, and we're still trying to push farther down to the river for the people to get water faster.
4 years. Where after work we go, with a shovel and a pick and a big fat stick.
Today, we dug a very deep trench. Look at the trench that we dug. It goes all the way down.
En un cabaret estaba tomando, miraba a mi alrededor, había mucha gente de alta sociedad, de clase media. En un cabaret estaba tomando, miraba a mi alrededor, había mucha gente.
You see right there's a connection, and we are slowly coming up upon Charlie Proctor, who is holding the two pieces together. You can see there. So Charlie, what is the most challenging part of a B3 trip?
Most challenging part of a B3 trip? I don't know, this trip it's probably the work that's involved, I'd say. But it's also the most rewarding part.
You've been on how many trips before?
This is my 3rd trip.
So there have been challenging aspects of trips in general. What would it be?
I'd say communicating with the workers is pretty hard, pretty up there on the challenges list. Even kids that don't have a lot of Spanish learn how to communicate with hand signals. You can pretty much get the idea.
Having a good time?
Yep, this is awesome.
We assume we've got every day. We turn on the faucet, 100 times a day and don't even think about it. But these guys, it's going to be a miracle to them.
And people spend so much time here. They spend about 3 hours a day. All these little kids and all these, the wives, the men usually go off to the farms and work. They spend about 3 hours a day going and gathering water for their families to wash, to clean, to drink, to bathe. Because they basically have to go down with animals every day with big tanks, and their kids have to fill up these water gallon tanks and bring it up to their houses. And if the river's dirty because it's been raining for a while, then there's just less water. So it's a really tough life.
What part of this experience were you least expecting?
I was least expecting when they turned the water on. I didn't really expect it to be that emotional, which it really was. It made everything worth it.
So you guys know, this is the first time anybody here has ever seen water come out of a faucet in their community in their entire life.
cabaret estaba tomando, miraba a mi alrededor.
What inspires and motivates you at the work site?
Probably all the kids that were having classes outside.
It's so great to be able to be here and be an answer to somebody else's prayers. Be able to create a school and double the size of its enrollment, that inspires me a great deal.
Why is this project important?
This project is important because if we didn't come in to help build the school, the kids wouldn't get a good education because most of the school was destroyed in the hurricane.
Where the paint changes over to that lighter colors where they started building in February. And they're just waiting to install the windows and the doors, and they're using the classrooms currently.
I learned from B3 how they saved their money and the sacrifice that it cost them, and how happy they were coming here. As you can see, our children do not have a great deal economically, but they too are very content and live happily. The effort that Builders makes and the love that they show in everything they do really helps our community.
What inspires and motivates you on the work site?
The reaction of the locals to what we're doing inspires me to just keep pushing.
70-year-old men who can work 10 times better than I can and don't stop to take water breaks or rest ever.
This is the beginning of our house, and if you can see all the way up there, that greenhouse, that is what ours will eventually look like. This is the home where we'll be replacing. This is a woman who lives here, and she's going to be happily in her new home.
That people have enjoyed and loved that you all were able to come here and build the houses. It has left amazing impressions. Every day someone asks me for the last 3 months if you all are coming back, when are you coming back, if you're gonna, how are you doing, families and everything. I told y'all that we might be starting English classes. I now have 2 English classes in the neighborhood and 1 English class outside the neighborhood. And people, even when I walk down the street asking for other English classes, people have stopped me, not even in my own neighborhood, to be able to. So that's just a little bit of how things go. People would love for y'all to come back, but I received the smiles that you all should see. So.